In this video, we are discussing a very important topic of VLSI design, which is dynamic logic NAND gate. Okay, so in the dynamic logic, what we have is we have two transistors MP and ME. MP is called as pre-charge transistor and ME is called as evaluate transistor. MP is a PMOS transistor, ME is a NMOS transistor, and in between these two transistors your pull down network or your NMOS network is connected. So for a NAND gate I am considering two inputs A and B. So for a NAND gate the PMOS network, so the NMOS network for a NAND gate consists of the two inputs are connected in series. So these two inputs connected in series form your NAND gate, and the signal applied at the gate terminal of these two inputs, at the gate terminal of these two transistors, is your two inputs. So if I consider this as transistor T1 and this as transistor T2, so input A is applied at gate of MOSFET T1 and input B is applied at gate of NMOS transistor T2. So both these T1 and T2 are part of your pull down network or your NMOS transistor network. These MP and ME already we have discussed. These are your MP is PMOS transistor, ME is NMOS transistor. The signal which is applied at the gate of these two transistors is the clock signal. So the clock signal is applied at the gate of these two transistors MP and ME. MP is pre-charge transistor, ME is evaluate transistor. Now we will consider how this NAND gate works. So there are two phases. First is called as the pre-charge phase. First is called as the pre-charge phase. In the pre-charge phase, what we consider is that the clock is at logic low. Clock is at low logic level. The clock signal is at low logic level. So when the clock is at low logic level, then the signal at the gate of transistor MP is logic low. This is PMOS transistor. So if the signal at the gate of PMOS transistor is logic low, then the PMOS transistor turns on, and the signal at the gate of this NMOS transistor is low because this clock is also connected to this NMOS transistor. So when the signal at the gate of NMOS transistor is low, then that NMOS transistor is off. So in the pre-charge logic, the MP, that is the pre-charge transistor, is on, and the ME, that is the evaluate transistor, is off. So what happens is that this load capacitance represents whatever is the output at the whatever is the load at the output of this NAND gate. So what this CL is representing, CL is called as load capacitance. Load capacitance. So what it is representing? It is representing whatever is the load at the output of this NAND gate, dynamic logic NAND gate. That is represented by this lumped capacitance CL. So what happens is that this transistor is on, so it can be replaced by a short circuit. So this CL is directly connected to VDD. So the CL or the load capacitance charges. CL gets charged. The charging of the load capacitance happens during the pre-charge logic, and this output is driven to logic high. Output is driven to logic high. So in the pre-charge phase, the output will always be logic high irrespective of these two inputs A and B. In the pre-charge phase, this output signal will always be logic high irrespective of the inputs A and B. So, this is the pre-charge phase. In the pre-charge phase, the clock signal is low and the load capacitance CL gets charged. Now we will consider the second phase, that is the evaluate phase. In the evaluation phase, the clock signal is high. In the evaluation phase, the clock signal is high and the inputs A and B can affect the output only during the evaluation phase. In the pre-charge phase, this NMOS is off. So, the inputs A and B do not have any effect on the output. The inputs A and B can affect the output only when the clock is high. So when the clock is high, then the signal at the gate of this transistor is also high and the signal at the gate of this transistor is also high. So if the signal at the gate of PMOS is high, then PMOS is off. So when the clock is high, MP is off. Earlier when the clock was low, MP pre-charge transistor was on and evaluate transistor was off. Now in the evaluate phase, this represents what? Pre-charge phase. This represents pre-charge phase when clock is low, and this represents evaluation phase when clock is high. When clock signal is high. So MP is pre-charge transistor is off and ME evaluate transistor is on during the evaluate phase, because the signal at the gate of evaluate transistor ME is high, so this NMOS turns on. So when the NMOS is on, it can be represented by a short circuit. So now this pre-charge transistor is off, so it can be represented by an open circuit. So now this VDD has no connection to the output. So what happens when A and B both are 0? When A and B both are 0, when A and B both are 0, then both the transistor T1 and T2 are off. They can be represented by a open circuit. So the output remains high. The output remains high. Remember that the output got charged to logic high during the pre-charge phase. The output already got charged to logic high during the pre-charge phase. So when A and B both are low, this transistor is short circuit, but A and B both are low, so T1 and T2 both are open circuit. So the output remains at logic high. So the output remains high during when A and B both are 0. The output does not change. When A is 0 and B is 1. When A is 0, B is 1. So this transistor T1 is off. So again the output remains high. When A is 1, B is 0. When A is 1, B is 0. Then B is 0. So this T2 is off. So it can be represented by an open circuit. So again the output remains high. But when A and B both are 1, when A and B both are 1, then what happens is that this transistor T1 is also on, T2 is also on, and ME was already on because this clock was high. So this transistor T1 can also be represented by a short circuit, T2 can also be represented by a short circuit, and ME can also be represented by a short circuit. So the output gets shorted to ground. So output is driven to logic low. The output is driven to logic low. So this is our NAND gate. When any input is 0, the output is high, and when both the inputs are 1, the output is low. So When A and B both are 1, then T1 is also on, T2 is also on, and this ME is also on. So this output is shorted to ground. The output is shorted to ground. So the output gets shorted to ground and this MP was off. This MP was off. So again, when the clock goes low, then MP is on, ME is off. Again, when the clock signal goes low, the pre-charge transistor gets on, the evaluate transistor gets off, and again the output gets charged to logic high. So these two phases will repeat alternately. These two phases will repeat alternately. So the first phase is the pre-charge phase where this load capacitance gets charged, and in the pre-charge phase the inputs have no effect on the output. The output will always get charged to logic high during the pre-charge phase. The two inputs A and B can only affect the output during the evaluate phase. So we consider the operation of the transistor during the evaluate phase. So this is how the dynamic logic NAND gate works, and it is a very important circuit for VLSI design. So please like and share the video and subscribe the channel, and also share your feedback in the comment box. Thank you.